Don't keep your cash in the bank. 6 better safer assets than cash. One of the most common myths that banks tell us is that our money increases in our accounts. The truth is that, while money grows in quantity due to interest, it does not expand in value or in real terms. With inflation so high and bank interest rates so low, holding cash in the bank is actually burning a hole in your pocket. In this video, we will discuss 6 assets that will help you stop wealth erosion and establish intergenerational wealth. 1 is God's money, which consists of gold, silver, and platinum. One of the main reasons money is valued is that it is utilized to store value for the future. Governments, on the other hand, are printing more money to cover their deficits. As a result, you never know when that piece of paper known as the dollar may lose its value. This is why financial experts advise investing in something valuable that is scarce and cannot be simply produced. This is the primary reason why the wealthy keep a section of their portfolio dedicated to precious metals. When inflation bursts through the ceiling, precious metals such as gold, silver, and platinum will always climb in value. Prior to the 1950s, an ounce of gold could be purchased for $400. In 2023, the same ounce costs more than $2,000, and according to Prime XBT's gold estimates, this will rise to $10,000 by 2032. That is, your gold assets will be worth 5 times what they are now in around 10 years. So, while currency continues to fall, gold continues to rise. Similarly, other precious metals are preferable to bank deposits. If you want to add gold to your portfolio without purchasing physical gold, you can do so by investing in gold ETFs. Gold ETFs are low-cost investment instruments that provide returns based on gold price changes without requiring you to keep physical gold. 2. Commodities for industry and materials for production. While scarcity is one reason why precious metals are called precious, they also have a natural utilitarian value, making them essential industrial commodities. Silver, for example, is utilized in the manufacture of electronics, medical equipment, nuclear reactors, and other items. Other metals, such as cobalt, nickel, and copper, have considerable industrial demand due to their natural qualities that are difficult to mimic with alternative materials. To paint a clearer picture, cobalt demand has surged since 2020. The primary reason is its critical application in the production of batteries for electric vehicles. Consequently, its prices have climbed from $20,000 per ton in 2012 to $40,000 per ton in 2022. That's 100% growth in just 10 years. As a result, having exposure to such raw resources can dramatically improve your portfolio during periods of high demand. However, not everyone can afford to spend large sums of money on raw materials, nor can we physically store them or locate suitable clients. Investing in mining stocks, such as Rio Tinto, mining-focused mutual funds, or even derivatives, such as futures and options, are all excellent methods to obtain such exposure. 3. Currencies of safety. Geopolitical stability is a crucial factor to take into account when investing your money in today's world of fiat currencies, where no currency is gold-backed. This is why the wealthy invest their money in Swiss banks. Switzerland, with one of the strongest economic systems in the world, provides a considerably more stable geopolitical environment. As a result, the Swiss franc is seen as a safe haven asset during times of unrest and insecurity. This has happened numerous times. For example, during the Eurozone debt crisis in 2009 and the global financial crisis in 2008, large sums of money were transferred from these nations to Switzerland in order to avoid wealth erosion due to currency depreciation. In addition, the Swiss franc is a viable alternative to the US dollar in international trade. During the recent Russia-Ukraine crisis, for example, when the United States imposed restrictions on Russian energy trades, Russia completed trades in Swiss francs. Such events increased demand for the Swiss franc, resulting in its massive rise against all other currencies. In early 2023, 1 Swiss franc was worth $1.1074, doubling the fortune of Swiss franc holders overnight. As a result, better currencies like the Swiss franc, British pound, and Chinese yuan are excellent stores of value. However, not everyone can open Swiss bank accounts, currency ETFs, or forex brokers such as Forex.com can assist smaller investors in gaining currency exposure for as little as $100. 4. Guarantee of sovereignty. Have you ever examined the dollar closely? It states that this note is valid tender for all public and private debts. Have you ever pondered what it means? Since 1971, when President Nixon ended the gold standard, the dollar has been used as legal money in the United States' law. This increased its value as a means of trade, and we began to regard it as a fair exchange for any item or service. Although no fiat currency in the world is backed by gold or any other tangible object, it is nonetheless believed to be supported by the government's full faith and credit. Simply put, your money is only as secure as the government that backs it. This is why the sovereign guarantee is such a tremendous store of value. The government of any country is always the last to go bankrupt. If the government defaults, the entire country defaults. And no powerful government will allow this to happen. As a result, government securities, or GSECs, are one of the safest methods to invest in sovereign guarantees. Only stable government GSECs with investment-grade credit ratings are recommended. Remember Greece's national debt crisis in 2009? The IMF, Eurogroup, and ECB had to bail the corporation out several times. As a result, when investing in GSECs, a government's global strength should always be evaluated. Treasury bills can be purchased in the United States. Notes and bonds to acquire exposure to sovereign guarantees. These provide higher yields than savings accounts. They are also supported by the U.S. government's strength in the global economy. Small investors can purchase Treasury securities from the government directly, through the Treasury Direct portal, or on the secondary market. 5. Invest in value equities and mutual funds. Treasury investments are unquestionably more profitable than cash. However, due to their low risk, they provide smaller returns than equities. While low risk is an important investing requirement, practically all investors seek larger profits for risk-averse investors. Stocks are an excellent way to accomplish this. Furthermore, not every stock is equally dangerous. In fact, the stock market is separated into two categories: value stocks and growth stocks. Growth stocks, such as those of technology companies, are riskier since they deal with high-risk concepts and technologies. However, value companies, such as Nucor, which specializes in industrial metals, are less hazardous due to long-term demand. As a result, value companies with solid fundamentals not only give consistent and stable price appreciation but also consistent dividends. However, for regular investors, analyzing the fundamentals of each and every value stock can be time-consuming and inconvenient. As a result, dividend-focused mutual funds with a consistent dividend-paying history, such as the Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Fund Admiral shares, are appropriate and cheap investment vehicles for ordinary investors. 5. Real estate and land. For a very good reason, accountants regard land as a non-depreciable asset. It is scarce and in high demand. Land has been one of the world's most important resources since the beginning of time. We require property for a variety of purposes, including homes, schools, factories, agriculture, and commercial places. With an increasing human population, demand will never decrease. Similarly, land-based residential houses, office spaces, and commercial buildings are always in high demand. As a result, in your investment portfolio, both land and real estate serve as great inflation hedges. According to a Bloomberg report, housing prices have tripled between 1992 and the 2020s, despite a significant drop during the 2008 housing boom. As a result, having real estate exposure is always useful when the dollar begins to lose value. However, most small investors only consider investing in real estate later in life since they only consider real estate in terms of the house they reside in. While owning a fully paid-up home is a net worth objective for people in their 40s, investing in retail property is a good idea at any age. Furthermore, contrary to popular belief, you do not need a lot of money to acquire real estate exposure. REITs, or real estate investment trusts, are similar to mutual funds in that they invest in real estate. Ventas Inc., VTR, is a popular REIT in the United States that invests in healthcare real estate, especially senior housing. Among these are research facilities and hospitals. Alternatively, you might borrow to acquire rental homes. Your rent will cover your costs and mortgage payments while also bringing you some profit. 6th, collectibles. This asset class includes vintage cars, rare paintings, handcrafted luxury handbags, limited edition watches, and renowned books. In the case of a conventional car, the price depreciates by half the instant it is driven. For vintage cars, though, the math works in reverse. They, like wine, gain value over time. According to Autocar, a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was sold for €135 million in 2022. Because only 2 of these automobiles were ever made, they are considered rare treasures by car enthusiasts. Similarly, a Saudi prince paid $450 million for Leonardo da Vinci's most contentious painting, Salvator Mundi, at a Christie's auction in 2017. The wealthiest spend huge sums of money on limited edition products because these one-of-a-kind objects are timeless repositories of value. If you find the proper buyer, they can command an unfathomably high price. Investing in collectibles can feel like a distant dream for typical individuals. As a result, internet marketplaces like Whatnot offer wonderful possibilities for selling rare baseball cards, comic books, action figures, and other collectibles. If you can't afford the whole thing, you can invest in partial ownership of collectibles through platforms like Convi and Masterworks. Thanks for watching.